so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
This morning, you know, the open all on ground and send you. That's a good thing to that. And I know, but maybe I know you understand me, or some people will understand where I'm going, because without evidence, man, you see now you are complaining that he was busy, you know, giving himself title and they put other fellow co-criminal position, and we are busy saying that we are exposing him, which means our effort is not good enough, since he can continue with what he's doing. So what is the essence of us trying to expose him? But with evidence, you will see him stop all this entitlements and all that. Look at this guy today. And look at people now on our phone. I was expecting people to ask him, even the ones that have asked questions. They will say, okay, we have to understand. If you understand, what about Biafran? Is Simon ever talking to you alone? You ask questions for the general public. I was just angry. I couldn't even continue with the broadcast. You ask questions, he was trying, and I know that all these questions as just like a plan here is a plan themselves. So they will not allow him now to explain, because on the process of explaining, he will keep, you know, shooting himself on the leg. But they will say, okay, we have understand. Well, just the method. The thing is, it was me, and we couldn't bring this guy to stop all this. And he still continued. So what is the sense? Like, I'm tired of, you know, fighting over it, and he's still doing what he's doing. That is my point. That is why I bring up this issue this night. It's not like I'm against you, you know.
You can see clearly the frustration of those who want to bring the Biafra struggle down. That is the most disturbing thing. Some of them think that what they are doing, they're doing against Master Simon Ekpa. You are not doing against Master Simon Ekpa. What you are doing is against the Biafran people. Everything you do against Master Simon Ekpa is against Biafran people, not Master Simon Ekpa. The Master Simon Ekpa will know. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile that we know, who lives in Finland, the spokesperson of Biafra, has a good life. He has everything going well with him. He has everything going well on his own side. So when you are doing this, your evil, and you think you are doing Master, you are not doing anything to him. You are doing this to the Biafran people, the ordinary people in the street whom he is fighting for. Every of this attack, blackmail, propaganda, all this rubbish you are talking, it is against the people, the Biafran people, not against Master Simon Ekpa. And that is why you can never succeed when you are fighting the helpless ones. You are fighting the children of Chukwu Okeke, whom Master Simon Ekpa want to redeem. That is why you will never ever succeed. You accuse him falsely on the. You say he makes a promise he wouldn't fulfill. What promise has he made that he didn't fulfill? What promise is that? That he told you that Biafra is going to come in 2023. Because he had a roadmap to Biafra. Because he has told you his target for Biafra. Because he gave you his target and he started struggling for his target from 150 days. And from that 150 days, as blind as you are, you cannot see anything happening. Is that how blind you are? So what you were expecting is that on that 150 days, he will come and begin to throw bombs everywhere in Nigeria. That is what we expected. You were expecting that in 150 days, he will just disappear and he will go to the air and begin to throw bombs everywhere we scatter. Is that what you were expecting? Was that what you were expecting? That after 150 days, he will just open and begin to bomb everywhere, begin to destroy everywhere, and just like that, he will take over Nigeria. Was that what you expected? Only a fool will think in such manner. Only a fool will think in such manner. You say, what is that he has told you that he has not been able to do? What is that? So you can equally accuse Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he has told you that Biafra will come and he didn't come. These are the same people. The same people who were accusing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he has promised them Biafra many times. He didn't come. They accuse Mazen Nnamdi Kanu of selling out and collecting money from politicians. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu allowed them to try their faith, when they say they want to vote, go and try your faith. They said he has collected money. The same people who accuse Mazen Nnamdi Kanu of taking money for transmitter. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu showed them the transmitter, they still went to the back with the SS and go and took that transmitter. The same people, the same way they were accusing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that he tells them something that he wouldn't do it. That's the same accusation that brings to Mazen Samanekwa. And I asked them, what is that thing that Mazen Samanekwa told you that he would do that he didn't do? Every number he gave you, he followed it up until the end. And at the end of that number, you will see changes. You will see step ahead. At the end of every declaration he has made, you will see a step ahead. What is that he has not done? When he has told you about the sit at home, he pursues the sit at home and makes sure that it maintained. Okay, what you were expecting is for him to go and begin to destroy lives and take innocent lives. Was that what you were expecting? Was that what you had in mind? And you think that that is the way Biafra will be gotten? Are you not done with more than 5 million people that have been lost in Biafra land? Are you not done with the lives that have been lost in Biafra land today? Are you not worried about the life of the Biafran people? Well, if you are not worried, our Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, he is worried about the loss of life of Biafran people. And he is trying as much as possible to minimize the casualty. Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing everything possible to minimize the casualty in Biafra land. That is why he's doing what he's doing. That is why certain times he changes his dimension and he doesn't move as speedy as you want him to move. No sensible person will take the risk that some of you want him to take. We have lost a lot of people in Biafra land. We don't want to lose anymore. We want to make sure that we reduce the casualty. We want to reduce the collateral damage to the minimum. In every process, there must be a collateral damage. That one is certain. We know it's going to happen. But you that is undertaking that project, it is in your own shoulder, on your own shoulder, to make sure that you reduce collateral damage to the minimum. And that is what our spokesperson, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile Prime Minister, is doing. You and I know that he's not scared of you or anybody. You and I know that he is not relenting in his effort. You and I know that he doesn't care what you are talking about or saying. The only thing that concerns him is the life of the Biafran people. And he's trying day in, day out to make sure that the life of Biafran people are saved. That is what he's doing. And the only thing you can do as a genuine Biafran is to support him. But you wouldn't do that. Instead, you go ahead and begin to bring your lies and propaganda against him, even without an evidence. Only the truth can stand the test of time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. The truth will stand the test of time. But if you're lying, it will need 1,000 lies to be able to keep one lie. You will need more than 1,000 lies to protect one lie, one single lie that you have told. You will need more than 1,000 lies to keep it flowing. Unlike the truth is just like a drop of water. You drop it, before you know it, it will make an ocean. A drop of water becomes an ocean in case of the truth. But when you lie, only one single lie, you will need more than 1,000 lies to keep that your single lie running. And you know what that is going to take off from you? That is why only the truth can stand the test of time. How long can you defend your lie? How long can you continue to peddle lies and blackmail? How long can you continue to manufacture lies on every day? Only the truth can stand the test of time. The earlier you wake up, the better. Every one of us know those who are genuinely seeking for freedom of the Biafran people. Why won't you support them? Why won't you support them? Why won't you come down from your high horse and support that which is reasonable and responsible? Why? You wouldn't do that. You've channeled your energy on things that are wrong. Look at what our people are facing today in Lagos State. These were the same Biafrans in Lagos State that our Prime Minister called upon them to play their own role in this struggle. Play your own role. Engage in the sit at home. They refused to listen. Most of them in that Lagos State, most of them, they were the ones who are talking about one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Most of them are the advocate of one Nigeria. Every time you mention one Nigeria, they are the ones who are the advocate of one Nigeria and pursue the agenda of one Nigeria at every given point in time. Many of them. And today, what do we see today? Look at what they are facing today. Destruction of lives and property in Lagos State. The Fulani Caliphate have merged with the Tulubu Talk. The Tulubu Talks, the political wicked ones, have merged their face with the Caliphate, just as they planned. Just as they planned when the Shetima was talking to Kunle in the audio that leaked, what they are going to do against the Biafran people, the Igbo Biafran more especially. Today, they are executing every of those things before your own very eyes. Taking the life of Biafran people. They will see a Biafran and they will accuse him of one crime or the other. Before you know it, he'll be bound to death. Jungle justice against the Biafran people in Lagos State today have increased in the hand of the evil man. Destruction of lives and property. Burning of shops. And nobody is speaking for you. Nobody anywhere is speaking for you. When we were telling you, didn't listen. Look at the cabinet of the Tinubu today. The cabinet of Tinubu, including the idiot who has been in Lagos all this while, castigating his own people, Joe Igbokwe. Where is he today? Including Joe Igbokwe. He couldn't make it to Tinubu cabinet. The criminal Joe Igbokwe, who have denounced his own identity because of his belly. Because of his belly, he denied his own identity, denies his own people. Our Supreme Amazon Nanakana was kidnapped in Kenya. He came out and he knelt down, he raised up his hand and he celebrated it. At every given point in time, his attack is only against his own people. The only people that can do wrong are his own people. The Igbo Biafrans are the only people that can do wrong in the face of Joe Igbokwe. But did he make it to the cabinet of Tinubu today? He didn't make it. And yet, would they learn lesson? They will not learn lesson because they are already used to eating from the crumb that fell from the master's table. And they are still willing to eat. That is why it is very bad for you to be doing wrong. Because there is an extent that you reach in wrongdoing. You cannot go back again. It will become your lifestyle. Someone like Joe Igbokwe. Joe Igbokwe has spoken a lot of abominable words in his mouth against his own people. A lot of abominable words against his own people that he cannot return back home. He has now resigned his faith. Whatever they tell him to do, even if they gave him that gutter cleaning to continue, he will remain in Lagos State. He has no choice anymore. He has sold his soul completely. He has spoken a lot of evil against his own people to the extent that he cannot, the shame cannot allow him to come back. Just as you heard on this audio I'm playing. Some of them who are still engaging in attacking Master Samuel today because they have involved themselves deeply in something that they cannot get out of. Today, when they think about the disgrace and shame they're going to incur for surrendering and say they will no longer attack Master Samuel, when they think about the shame and disgrace, they continue. But I tell you, the more you continue, the more you deepen yourself into the grave. The earlier you walk away, the better for you. Just be silent, walk away, go in. Go in and stop talking rubbish. Stop disgracing yourself. When Biafra comes, come back home and face the law. Come back home, you go to the court and face the law and tell them why you did what you did. If the court of Biafra said that you are innocent, you are good to go. If the court of Biafra found you guilty, you face the full wrath of the law. As for those of us who are autopiloted, working with the new Biafran Republic government in exile, we cannot take laws into our hands. We cannot take lives into our hands. Every Biafran has a right to life. Every Biafran has a right to come back home. But in that right that you have, we will have a rule of law. The rule of law in Biafran land will be upheld. The law of Biafra will not be respected of anybody. Not you, not me, not anybody. If the law says you are guilty, you face the full wrath of the law. And if the law says you are innocent, you are good to do. Go and celebrate. So the earlier you retrace your step now, the better for you. Walk away. The more you continue to deepen yourself into this wickedness, the more you continue to deepen yourself, the more you are digging your grave. And it's going to be much more dangerous to you than it is today. For those who has gotten the wake-up call, I pray that Chukwu Okabian will give them the strength to continue on that path. Focus on the freedom of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, since that is the only man you feel you can trust. There's nothing wrong with it. I have nothing wrong about that. If you say that the only person you trust and you can follow and obey is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is understandable. Very, very understandable. I have nothing against that. Now, focus on the release of that man. Focus. Whatever you know you can do materially, physically, by writing, by fighting, by whatever. Anything, any organization you can form that will be channeled to the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, go ahead and do it. That is what you're supposed to be doing. Not to be wasting your time and energy fighting against somebody who has already drawn his own roadmap on how to achieve Biafra and free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And he is busy pursuing his own agenda. There you are. All you do is to come and begin to analyze his own procedures. Begin to analyze his own protocols. Wasting your precious time. Why don't you create something? Offer something to Biafra. Just like I asked in my previous broadcast, I asked, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out today and call you, come and give account of your stewardship, what are you going to account for? Can we all answer this very question genuinely? Wherever you think you belong, I don't care. Whether you are autopiloted or you're not. Whether you are in the Department of Saboteur or you're not. Whichever area you feel you are in. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out today and call you, come before me and give me the account of your stewardship, what are you going to tell him? Have you ever sat down within yourself and think about that? Are you going to tell him how you attacked the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic in exile and called him names? Are you going to tell him how you preached lie and propaganda and later you found out it was all lies? Are you going to tell him that you stood against the sit-at-home that was meant to free him? You didn't support the sit-at-home because it wasn't he himself that said it to you directly. Are you going to tell him that you were campaigning against the civil disobedience, which was announced by the same person he told you to listen to? Are you going to tell him that you are fighting against the new dimension that he told you that is coming? What will be your account of your stewardship? If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appears before you and tell you, give me the account of your stewardship in my absence, what will you give to him? This is a question that we must answer sincerely in our heart. If truly you are looking for freedom, if truly our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is your leader, if truly you are genuinely pursuing the agenda of Biafran people and the Biafran blood is running your vein, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appears before you today and asks you, my brother, my sister, my son, my daughter, my follower, give me the account of your stewardship. What are you going to present to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? If you can answer that question sincerely, then and only then you will know where you're supposed to stand. Today I can tell you, I can hit my chest and tell you that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out today, the auto-piloted IPOB, standing with the Biafran government, the Biafran Republic government in exile, under our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, we have a list of things that we have done, a list of plans on the ground, a list of projects on the ground, a list of